Welcome to Empower Today. We've been thinking about giving generously this week at church, and we were looking at the example of the church in Macedonia, that's northern Greece. Paul wrote to them and he was amazed at their generosity. He wrote about them to the Corinthian church and said, this church is amazing because they have got poverty and they're being persecuted and they're still being generous. They were poor because the Romans since 146 BC had been the landowners, and they had stripped the land of all its goodness so that the northern Greek people didn't have that stuff, including the Macedonian Christians, and they were persecuted for believing in Jesus. I find it interesting that they didn't wait to be generous until they'd got through their poverty or until the persecution had gone away. They decided to be generous with their money in the midst of poverty and in the midst of persecution, and Paul said they outstripped his expectations and were absolutely unbelievable. What do you do with your money? I'm not telling you to give it all to Tunbridge Baptist Church at all, but I do want to challenge us. Are we generous with it? We can come up with excuses. I know I do sometimes, that I've got poverty or I've got persecution, and they may be real issues. But the challenge is, in the midst of the poverty, in the midst of the persecution, will I choose to be generous with my money? I'll leave you with that. Take care. Have a good week.